What's up guys, Caleb here, and today I'm going to be ranking the 9 LEGO's helmet sets that LEGO has released in the past year. So for those of you who don't know, in 2020 LEGO started releasing these 18 up LEGO helmet sets, and so far they've made 9 ones. They've made, 3 Marvel ones, 1 DC one, and 5 Star Wars ones. So today we're going to go over all 9 of these and pretty much rank them from which, in my opinion, is pretty much my least favorite until my favorite, and I'm going to rank them from worst to best. So without further ado, here we go. With my least favorite helmet LEGO has put out is the LEGO Batman helmet, you can call it. It's honestly just something very, very odd looking about this. I'm not really a huge fan of how they would use like a big windshield piece like around his mouth. I think it's better than them building like a brick built mouth. There's just something about it that looks a little off around the ears and his eyebrows, and his eyes in general just don't really look that great. And especially the set really falls apart, in my opinion, around his chin area. It looks very bulky and oversized, and just something very, very odd about it. So that's probably my least favorite LEGO helmet. It's just really not a great one. Eighth place, and maybe my most controversial one, would be the LEGO Star Wars Darth Vader helmet. There's just something about it, especially around his eyebrows, where they use like the car piece. It just makes him look really happy, which he's obviously not in the movies. And there's just some about this. It's just not my favorite. I think it's overrated. I don't like how it's $70. It's the only helmet that's $70, and just not my favorite. I'm not going to be picking this one up, and not really a massive fan of this one. In eighth place, we have the LEGO Star Wars Stormtrooper helmet, and this is decent. I feel like a lot of people didn't really like this one. There's some areas of this where it really falls apart. I think like the tubes near his chin look a little bulky and oversized, and some about him, and just kind of something about the whole vibe of this thing isn't really going well with me. I'm not a huge fan of the way like his mouth is split down the middle, but I don't think it's all bad. This is kind of one that I want to put next to the Boba Fett helmet and kind of compare them, because this doesn't look all bad. In seventh place, we have the first Marvel helmet, the LEGO Iron Man helmet, and a lot of people really hated this one. For some reason, they just didn't really like the look of it, and I was kind of on that same train until I went to my friend's house and saw it in person. And in person, it doesn't look as bad as it does in the photos, so I'm not a huge fan of the way it does in the photos. There's some faults with it, like kind of the gaps like in his chin where you can kind of see into the helmet. That's not exactly great. And I'm not a huge fan of how they use the stickers for the eyes, but I think this is a very underrated one, and definitely looks better in person. So see if you can see it in person before you decide to hate on it, because it's honestly not awful. In fifth place, we have the LEGO Marvel Carnage helmet. This is actually right in fifth, so it's not all bad, but not all good either. I'm not a huge fan of how they just went all black with the teeth. I like Venom's teeth better. We'll get to that later. But this is really good looking. I love how it's pretty much just like a red Venom, and I think that's really cool. I like the stripes on his head. It definitely looks very, very menacing. I made a video earlier this year talking about how I didn't really like it and how I thought it was too scary for little kids, but as like a collector, I think this is pretty cool. Fourth place, we have the LEGO Star Wars Boba Fett helmet. This is actually the only one I actually own in person. I will say it's a really good set. The only reason it's further down the list is because all the other ones, in my opinion, are better than it. But besides that fact, this is honestly an outstanding one. It's hard to find many faults with this set. It just looks very, very sleek. Looks a lot like him. It might be a little bit smaller than I was initially expecting, but it looks very, very nice and, clean on display. And definitely a very, very good Star Wars one. In fact, my third favorite Star Wars one. It's just all the other ones are better than this. That's the only reason it's this far down here, is that all the other ones are better than it. But it is a very, very good one, and the only one I actually own in person. In third place, we have the LEGO Star Wars TIE Fighter Pilot Helmet. This looks absolutely spectacular. I really, really just enjoy the all-black look of this thing. I really do want to pick it up, because it's just my second favorite Star Wars one. It looks absolutely spectacular. I just really like the all-black look of it. It really looks a lot like the Stormtrooper one. They just made it all black and added some minor differences to it, which is really, really cool. And definitely my third favorite one, my second favorite Star Wars one, and absolutely incredible set that I do want to pick up. In second place, we have what I think is an absolutely spectacular one, the LEGO Marvel Venom helmet. This is absolutely killer. I love how this looks. I just love the all-black look of it. I prefer that rather than the Carnage one where it's, red with the black teeth. I like this black with the tan teeth. And speaking of the tan teeth, oh my goodness, I love how instead of making them like all white, they just gave it this like, dirty yellow look that I think is really, really cool. Makes him looking really sinister. I love his long tongue sticking out there. Looks really, really cool, and he just looks very, very evil. I was a little confused because under his chin you can see this like neon green piece. I'm not quite sure what that is, if that's drool or something, but besides that, I think this is an absolutely spectacular one. And my favorite Lego helmet so far is the Lego Star Wars Scout Trooper. Oh my goodness, this is an absolutely spectacular one. Just looks very, very good. It's the cheapest one at $50. They shrunk the price $10 less, which, I mean, I'm not complaining. It's a little bit smaller than the other ones, which I think is fine because it packs so much detail into this. And it looks almost exactly like a real Scout Trooper, which is really what you want in these helmets. And just once again, going into this looks so clean on display. I just really, really like the all-white look of this helmet. I think it's very, very nice. I think it's kind of like the Stormtrooper, but just much, much better and cleaner and more finished off. And definitely my favorite helmet. This one is absolutely incredible, and I want to pick it up. So without further ado, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If I messed anything up on this list, or you would have switched anything, I have a feeling some of my Star Wars fans won't be happy with the me putting Boba Fett not in first and Darth Vader that far down. But, Darth Vader wasn't exactly my favorite. Also, keep an eye out because I'm almost on my 100th video. I'm going to do a 100 video special, which is going to be super epic. So make sure to stay tuned for that. This is Seabrook Productions. Sign off for now. Make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned because I got big videos coming. See you later. Bye.